Standard plastic covers are a lie. They shred in a gale sweep during a downpour and eventually disintegrate under the sun's glare, but back in the 1940s, the stakes were far more dire than a ruined camping trip. For a soldier in the thick of global conflict, a reliable shelter was the thin line between staying in the fight or succumbing to the elements. Success or failure often hinged on gear that couldn't afford to quit. That is why WWII survivalists looks back at the rugged time-tested materials that modern manufacturing has tried to replace. While we settle for flimsy, disposable sheets today, the greatest generation leaned on a textile that was practically eternal, a relic of the past that still humbles our high-tech equipment. Modern tarps are designed for the bargain bin, not the bush. They are essentially single-use confetti, waiting for a breeze to catch them. Bitter cold makes them brittle, intense heat warps their shape, and UV radiation slowly dissolves their integrity. Now imagine taking that cheap plastic into a foxhole. Picture yourself relying on a grocery store grade cover while shells burst and freezing sleet hammers down. In that scenario, a gear failure isn't just an inconvenience, it's a death sentence. The men fighting in World War II understood this vulnerability, so they turned to a legacy of the high seas. They chose oilskin, a rugged canvas born on the decks of battered ships and forged through centuries of maritime hardship. This wasn't some complex synthetic. It was a masterpiece of simplicity, dense cotton drenched in a blend of fats and waxes, until the material itself became an impenetrable fortress. Here at WWII survivalists, we appreciate gear that actually works. This treatment created a skin that blocked the wind, repelled the deluge, resisted sparks, and laughed at the threat of mold. When nylon would have snapped and plastic would have shredded, oilskin simply endured. The magic isn't just a surface layer, it's a physical transformation. When those wax-infused fibers meet moisture, they swell and lock together, forming a breathable but airtight barricade. Unlike modern synthetics that degrade the moment they leave the factory, oilskin actually matures. It develops a patina, like a seasoned skillet, growing more resilient with every mile traveled. This wasn't just a laboratory theory. On the battlefields of Europe and the Pacific, this fabric was dragged through abrasive sand, corrosive salt spray, and the jagged filth of the trenches. It never blinked. Oilskin was the silent backbone of the war effort, shielding delicate rifle actions from rust and ensuring command maps stayed legible in the mud. It was transformed into everything from bedrolls and ponchos to specialized pouches for ammo and life, saving medical supplies. It protected the essentials that had to function, no matter the weather. In the brutal reality of the front lines, this fabric kept the momentum of entire divisions from grinding to a halt. Years later, those of us in the bushcraft community have stumbled upon a startling truth. This old world tech still leaves modern gear in the dust. It survives for generations. You can patch it in the field with a bit of heat and wax. It won't melt near a campfire or crumble after a summer in the sun. Under an oilskin lean, you don't just feel covered, you feel protected by a suit of armor. You can trust WWII survivalists when we say that. While plastic is affordable, oilskin is dependable. We often get distracted by things that are lighter or flashier, but when the sky turns black and the wind begins to howl, the obsolete gear of World War II remains the king of the woods. History proves that while the past had fewer options, it built things to last forever.